Hello YouTuber, this is Thompson0737 bringing you another video and a new airport to the channel. So just going to run through the airport itself pretty soon. So at the minute I am still on furlough, as I mentioned. I probably mentioned it in the last video, in the last update, which was the old airport. So since then I've been working on this project, which, like I said, I would. Straight away, pretty much after that last video, I kind of packed the other one away, and then started sort of thinking about this one. I did go for 4 foot by 4 foot. That's the size of this board. So it's nice and square, and it's more compact and more basic. And easier to sort of manage in terms of schedules and stuff, because they've been compiled down a lot, which is something I want to talk about in this video as well, on how I've worked schedules and what we're going to actually do with the sort of content for this airport. So as you can see, we've got a nice lovely new background as well, which we've sort of currently focused on. So what I'm going to do is just sort of zoom out slightly, and we'll sort of look at this section here. I do apologise whether it's a little bit dark in here. I don't know. It's just like the weather don't really seem to be making its mind up at the minute. It's 1 minute sort of sunny, then it's rainy, and then it's just going really dull and cloudy. So apologies if the lighting sort of changes or if it looks a little bit dim. So anyway, we've got this hangar section. So we've got 2 hangars. The one on the right was actually made by someone else, which I bought. Actually, a friend on Instagram. He made it, and the one on the left, as you can see, a little bit more basic, but does look a bit more run down, I think, with the amount of dirt I sort of put on it. That was made by me, which is my first attempt actually at making sort of like a custom made building using sort of plastic. So the overall outcome, I think, actually not too bad. I'm quite happy with how it turned out, to be fair. The one on the left is actually open at the minute. I did create some, like a little sort of one-piece door section if it needs to be shut or closed, as does the right hand side one as well. But like I said, the left hand one at the minute is currently open. So obviously you can't see it from this perspective, but I just want to tell you that it is. As you can see, we've got this little car park section. The cars are actually 1/450 scale, but I mean you're probably not really going to notice much of a difference between 1/450 and 1/400. And then I also included this little bizjet, which is 1/500, on like a little sort of stand kind of thing. I mean, it's only like a little bit of plastic that I sort of glued to it. So it's only using PVA glue. So if I need to take it off, I'm sure it'll come off pretty straightforward. But I just thought it was a nice little feature just had in the middle of the island thing. And then obviously the car park spaces around the for sort of workers that work in the hangars and stuff like that. Now, one thing I will be adding is a security fence. At the minute, I haven't added that, which will be another week or more before I can actually order materials for that. And generally, this airport is still a work in progress. There's a few other details I need to work on. Certainly, the landside section, which I'll sort of show you in a minute from this perspective, and the idea behind the hangars is going to be sort of like maintenance and I guess generally for general aviation as well. That'll be a key factor, but I'm thinking maybe going along the lines of like BAE systems or something like that, or even just make up some sort of random company that maybe works there, maintaining old aircraft, I guess, and maybe trying to get older aircraft back flying again or something like that. That's the general idea. But again, future updates, you'll see what it's all about. At the minute, there's no models around that area or even in the hangars. Just want to point out it started raining, so I do apologise if you can hear the rain as well. If you just zoom out a little bit more, you'll see I've got this road section here. As you can see where the taxiway sort of leads to. So we've got this road section here. The grass section, if I just sort of tilt my camera a little bit more. So this corner grass section will be field. So I'm going to buy some sort of hedges and stuff, and that will become like a field. It's the same grass as like the actual airport, but I kind of thought, you know, it's kind of like just straight away the surrounding areas. So I thought, why not go for something a little bit different? And so, like I say, I'll probably have like 2 hedge lines, one main hedge line across near the road, and then 2 hedge lines in the middle. So it's like split into sort of 3 separate fields, kind of thing. And like I say, the actual road is like generally like a public road. We've got a few bus services operating in, and a lorry, articulated lorry as well, which all links up to the airport itself. I guess that's the idea behind all that. Obviously, I will sort of move vehicles around. I'm hoping to maybe look at getting some more 100 vehicles if I can when the time comes. I'll tell you what, this rain is kind of putting me off a little bit, but we're just going to try and get through the video. So this is the main apron, which is what I want to talk about. Now, the terminal building is actually made out of Lego. I actually designed a design using Lego Digital Designer some time ago, and I was going to place an order, but half the pieces are not available. Because of this COVID-19, one of their warehouses in Denmark, I believe it was, is closed. So some of the pieces are not yet available. They said it was going to be about 2 weeks. I checked again, and they still weren't available. So I actually ended up using the Lego I already had, and to be fair, I kind of think it's quite fitting what I've done. I think it kind of looks apart from this perspective, if I'm totally honest. The other design I did do initially was a little bit different. There was a few things on the roof that were a little bit different and stuff like that, and towards the side. More to do with the roofing side of things and stuff like that, but I think it looks apart. Now, the main apron stands, we've got 6 narrow body stands and 3 wide bodies, so it's basically like 3 wide body. Each wide body stand is in between 2 narrow body stands, so obviously it can accommodate maybe 3 wide bodies at one time, or 6 narrow bodies, or whatever configuration you kind of want to work with. The far side, we've got a little cargo centre. Initially I had no idea what to do with that space on either side of the terminal. I really had no idea. So the far side we have like I say, a little cargo centre, one of the Herpa cargo centres in 1/500 scale. But I think it works quite well. And then towards the end, got like a little sort of porta cabin thing that I made just out of card like ages ago. Floodlights as well, you'll notice them. First time I've actually used them in quite a while, to be fair. Most of my other airports haven't really used them, but I think these look quite fitting for this airport. You know, the basic apron and stuff, I do think they look quite fitting. And obviously you can see all the GSE, and this section here as well, to the sort of right hand side of the terminal as we're looking at it. Again, no idea what to do with that area, but I decided to use it for a bit of storage. So at the minute we've got like, just zoom in, all sorts going on there. We've got air stairs, an odd GPU, pushback tug, and mostly all the ULDs and stuff for any cargo that comes in. So obviously all that will be present on the main apron if any freight aircraft come in, which eventually they will. Now you will notice the aircraft on stand, Hapag-Lloyd A300B4. You might be thinking, why on earth have I got that displayed? So this basically brings me to explaining what's happening with the actual schedule system. So the schedule system from the previous airport has been like revised significantly, and so for that, and because of that, the idea is to go back in time and do updates featuring models starting off from 1980. So this is actually 1981 when this sort of, as you see it now, this Hapag-Lloyd A300 came in back in 1981. And I'm going to work through years, not consecutively, but like in order. So the next year will be 1989, and then there's quite a few years in the 1990s that we've got to go through. Roughly speaking, like I said, I've done like a spreadsheet of all the aircraft that are sort of now part of history. So the modern day, once we get to the modern day schedule, so it'll be from like 1980s to 2020. Once we get to the 2020 stage, that will just be like normal sort of schedules. But all the traffic that will feature will be modern day active as they are in real life. Now this means the actual aircraft types, liveries. So an example would be any like a Thompson model is not going to operate for TUI. The Thompson brand is gone in real life, so it's gone sort of in the modern day schedule system that I've done. So they will feature throughout when we get sort of towards like the early 2000s, late 2000s should I say. Some other examples of fleets you might see over Britannia Airways during the 1980s, 1990s, early 1990s. Thompson Fly will feature eventually and stuff like that. So, and obviously there's going to be a load of other models featuring throughout as well. In terms of video updates, I'll probably more than likely do video updates to keep them interesting with more than one model. But if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see a lot more videos, a lot more photos of individual models or aircraft that are going to be sort of flying in. And I guess it's, you know what, it takes you back. There's a lot of models in my collection that, like I say, you wouldn't see otherwise if I didn't do this sort of idea. So I'm hoping it's going to keep you guys interested, because I don't know if anybody else really does sort of historic movements on a model airport. I think the most of the model airports I've seen or that I follow on YouTube and stuff are mostly present day. So this is quite cool. I will also be reading out sort of odd sort of remarks as to why an aircraft has flown in, which, you know, it might be football charters, seasonal charters, you know, an aircraft's gone tech and it's had to be brought in or something like that. Just totally made up stuff really. But a lot of it is actually going by airliners.net. So what I did is researched every single registration of models I have to see whether they're still, when they were active kind of thing, and when they might have flew into the UK. So going by that, I've done like a list, like a spreadsheet, like I say, and put remarks and stuff if it came in for like a football flight or something like that. But I just think, you know what, it's such an interesting way to go about things and different to maybe most other airports. And I'm very much looking forward to posting more pictures of this airport, to be fair. By all means, leave your comments, you know, anything you want to ask me about, whether it's the general layout, you know, how did I do certain things, maybe, I have no idea, whatever comes to mind, really. Like I say, one thing, yeah, I've got to work on the landside area. As you can see, I've painted it, but I need to add sort of like pavements and stuff, and add some markings for the main car park bit, and then where the buses and taxis and stuff and drop-offs are going to go. So I need to do that. And then also, I think pretty much most of the taxiway layout's pretty much done. I've tried to add a little bit of weathering, whether you can see that. You might be able to just see it slightly. And then again, the security fencing I need to add in as well. So yeah, I really hope you have enjoyed this first video preview of this airport. Again, the first movement, Hapag-Lloyd A300, I think the registration is DAHLA, which is made by Aero Classics. It actually comes in a Euro Classics box, which is pretty cool. And this operated, again sort of made up, but operated on a summer charter, which is why it's in this airport. Now this airport, again, I just want to say this as well before we finish the video. This airport, as you can probably see by the background, is sort of in the Yorkshire region with the Dales in the background. So I really do think generally this airport is a really fantastic fit, and generally speaking, I'm very, very happy with how the airport's panned out. And like I say, with the limited amount of stands, it's going to help me so much more doing updates. And like I say, hopefully you guys enjoy the sort of updates from the past that we're kind of going to do. Like I said, they'll all be in order, so they're not going to be sort of flicking from, you know, mix and match, sort of like present day to back in the day to present day to back. You know, it's all going to be flowing. It's all going to lead up to present day. So just stay tuned, and you'll see future updates. Just want to say I apologise about the last airport. That it was very short-lived, but it was just too much in the end, to be quite honest. Trying to sort out all the schedules and everything, it was just too much. I do appreciate all your support, guys. Anybody that's subscribed already, anybody that leaves comments, I absolutely love the support in the comment section, and all the likes as well. If you haven't subscribed already, then by all means do, and I'll see you guys in the next video.